Well, good morning, YouTube. How many times have I showed you that sign before? This is Chuck, and it's Monday, or Sunday, excuse me, May 12th. We were originally going to leave Monday. We decided to leave a day early, so we are on the road. I've got the spousal unit with me, and old Flapper there, he's in the back. So we'll give you a report on how it goes. About 8 o'clock in the morning, we hooked up last night, and we are northbound toward Utah. Back when I got something to show you. Okay, made a little pit stop here up at Mormon Lake. Let me give you a 360. Not much to see this direction, but this is pretty spectacular there. The mountain in the distance over there is Humphreys Peak and the San Francisco Peaks. That's the highest point in Arizona. You can see it's still got snow on it. Swing back around here. This is Mormon Lake, and Mormon Lake is the, if I remember correctly, I read somewhere that this is the largest natural lake in Arizona. And the mountain over there is called Mormon Mountain. And there's some ladies over here that are doing some wildlife watching, and they didn't necessarily want to be on camera, so I'll turn you around. You can look at me for a minute while I walk over here to the other side. And then I'll give you the rest of the pan. This is actually volcanic in origin. There's a little community over on the other side. You might not be able to see it on camera. This is called Mormon Lake Village. So as you can tell, it's a pretty sizable body of water. There's the road we came in on right there, and spin you back around into the sun. There's my trailer. I'll show you a little more when I got something to show you. Well, I'm back, and we're a little bit further up the road. It's a little windy, so I hope the wind noise isn't too bad. Look at those cliffs up there. We're up on the Navajo Reservation, Highway 89A. There's the rig. And where we're going, I'm going to take you for a little ride with us. But where we're going, actually, that's down toward the bridge over the Colorado River, and that valley down there is the Colorado River Valley. Over on the other side, you can see the Vermillion Cliffs, and the road that we're going to go on actually comes from over here and runs right all the way across the base of those cliffs and around the other end of it. So I'm going to take you with me in the truck for a little bit, because I got some stuff I want to tell you about and some stuff I want to show you. So let's go back into the truck and we'll get moving. Hope we didn't get into the music there. I kind of forgot about that for a minute. There you can see the road we're going to be on. This area has a stark beauty to it, the red and the cliffs and all this, and it's not for everybody, but it sure is pretty, and I kind of like it. I'm not sure I'd want to live here all the time, but sure is spectacular to look at. Got some bugs on the windshield, so you have to excuse that. We're about 220 miles from home right here. The picture I put on my community page this morning was actually on top of those cliffs to the right, back a ways behind us there, where the big cut is at. The road that goes up to Page actually goes through those cliffs and it's back on the other side. Page is about, from here, air miles, probably 20, 22 miles or something to right at about our 2 o'clock. This area is along what they call the Mormon Trail, and the early Mormon settlers, the way the microphone is, I have to talk kind of loud. The early Mormon settlers, when they got married, they wanted to have their marriages consecrated in the temple, and the closest temple was up in Utah. So this actually was the trail came right basically along the same alignment that we're on. You can see horses out there. And the only place you could cross the Colorado here was a place called Lee's Ferry, and that was run by a guy named John D. Lee. And he actually, there's a place where you could get down to the Colorado River on each side without having a big canyon there. And so he actually ran a ferry service. And even after they had cars, Lee's Ferry actually was able to, they actually moved cars across the river, Model Ts and such, and that was the way you had to cross the river. The next crossing where you could get across was clear up in Moab, Utah, and that's probably 200 miles upriver from here. The next crossing, because we're right up above the Grand Canyon here, and the next crossing was actually about 200 miles down the river at Topak. So there was about a 400-mile stretch of river in here where the only way to cross the river was to go across the ferry boat at Lee's Ferry. And they had a cable strung across there because the current was pretty strong, and the cable kept the ferry boat from washing downstream. Now we're not going to go up to where Lee's Ferry actually was located at. It's on a side road. But in 1929, they built a bridge here. And that bridge was the only way to get across the Colorado River for about a 400-mile stretch. And we're dropping down to where that old bridge is now. They've got a new bridge next to it. But I'm going to show you that old bridge. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, because we're dropping down the hill to it right now. You know, the Colorado River, for you folks that don't live out here, it starts way up in north central Colorado, up around Rocky Mountain National Park, and it runs all the way down to the Gulf of California, down at south of Yuma, Arizona, and it drains an incredible piece of country. So it's a huge, you know, it's a huge waterway. It's very important. We're within a mile of the bridge right now. Looking around right now, you'd never guess that we're about to cross a canyon that's about 500 feet deep. And we're going to drop down real steeply right here real soon. Once we've crossed across the bridge, we go on to Bureau of Land Management land. We'll leave the reservation. We're still on the Navajo reservation. Right now we're dropping down the hill to the bridge. Isn't this spectacular country? Okay, this is our bridge. The old bridge is still there. It's off there to the right. And it's you can park there and walk out on it. They don't have good trailer parking, but there you go. And you can see the canyon down there, how far down the river is. So that old bridge over there, folks, for many, many, many years, that was the only way you could get across this river for 400 miles. Now there's two other bridges. There's the one, of course, at Glen Canyon at Page, the Glen Canyon Dam, and then there's one upstream at a place called Height, which is at the beginning part of Glen Canyon, beginning part of Lake Powell. There's three little communities along here. This particular one's called Marble Canyon. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut her down for now. So I'll give you one more look at that road and one more look at those cliffs, because we're getting into the sun this direction. So I'll be back here in a little while with you. Okay, it's pretty windy. I apologize for the wind noise. But I figured I'd show you where we just come from. If you look way over there in the distance, you can see that set of cliffs right over there. Well, the highway, we came all the way across there. We went around behind this point to where the bridge was, and then we came back across, and you look at this road right down through here. We just came across all that. Those are called the Vermilion Cliffs. They go all the way over to here. There's the rig across the way over there. Give me the rest of the pan. We're heading up on top of what's called the North Kaibab. There's a big scenic view pull out here. Give you the rest of the pan. This big valley is called House Rock Valley. As you can see, it's pretty spectacular country. So that's my give you one little look at the area, and then when we get up on top here, we've got a boondocking spot that we like, and I'm gonna show you that when we get up there, and then I'll wrap the video up from there. So right now, let me see if I can walk across the road here. Our road goes, you can see it running around the corner and heads on up there. Running into pine trees pretty quick. So once more, there's the rig, back in a little bit. And we're at camp. As you can see, Marquis putting a slide out. I stayed far enough away from that tree so we'd be fine. There's a love-hate relationship with slides on trailers, and some people like them and some people don't. And I don't like the idea that things can go wrong with them, but I tell you what, the inside of my trailer wouldn't be near as nice without the extra room that slide provides. Yeah. Anyway, there it is. And I got double flapjack. Hey, flapper, flapper, say hi to the people. Say hi to your people. Hey, pay attention. Say hi to your people. Anyway, we're at our camping site. This is our, as you can see, we're back up in the big pine trees again. I'll give you a slow pan around. Tell you a little bit about this spot. This is about 8,000 foot, maybe just a little less. Off of a Forest Service road. We're only about a quarter mile off the highway here. And we've camped here several times. As you can see, it's a pretty area. One time we were camped actually a little bit closer to the road down there. There was somebody at this spot, and right down there, you can see that little spot there. We camped back over in there one time, and I sat out, and back right over in that area over there, I had contact with a forest person, young female. Her name was Nora Sally. And I don't remember how old she told me she was, but anyway, this area up here around the North Kaibab and up around Jacob Lake, we're only about a few miles out of Jacob Lake, and this area is actually it's actually pretty active. I had contact with one right there at Jacob Lake in the Forest Service campground. His name was Deming, and so I know they're around here. We actually got it storming a little bit. It's actually spitting a little bit of rain right now, and so I think I'm going to wrap this one up right here and tell you, as I always do, I brought you along on the trip today. We're going to boondock here tonight, and tomorrow we'll drop down the hill into Kanab. It's really only about 25 miles from here, so I mean, we won't leave until probably 11 o'clock or so, and we'll get down and get checked into the RV resort where we're going to be staying. And so I think I'll wrap this one up right here, and I'll tell you, as I always do, take care of each other, love each other. We had an uneventful trip up here, and we appreciate that, and we thank the Lord for getting us here safely. And so till I talk to you again, which should be pretty quick, let me just turn the camera around, give you one more look at that truck and trailer combination, and I'll tell you peace out for now.